Hi flower friends, it's Nicole from Flower Hill Farm, and today I'm finally starting my grow along seeds. So I'm in upstate New York, zone 4B. My last frost date is mid to late May. It kind of differs between May 15th and May 25th, sometimes actually June 1st. So between May 15th and June 1st, you kind of have to watch it as it gets closer. So that makes it a little tricky when it comes to starting seeds, but I generally use May 20th as my last frost date. That said, we are about 8 weeks ahead of my last frost date. So that means I can start a few of my seeds. So here in front of me, I have 3 of the seeds that I'm gonna be starting, and I'm using soil blocks for starting these seeds. So I have them already made here. I'm gonna be starting my Rocket Snapdragons, my Goldilicks Rudbeckia, that's right here, my Goldilicks Rudbeckia, and my baby's breath. So I have 80 Snapdragons going in because that's how many I decided to fit in my space. And I have 40 soil blocks here. I only really need 23 baby's breath, but I'm gonna go ahead and start all 40. I'm not sure what the germination is gonna be like. And then on the Rudbeckias, I said that I think I needed 30 of them, and so I'll start 40 of them. And if, you know, I'll make it fit somewhere on the farm. Oddly enough, the Snapdragon and the baby's breath seeds are very similar. The baby's breath seeds just a little bit bigger. The smaller seeds are kind of difficult to work with. Some people will just scatter them in a tray and then move them when they're up. I have really great success starting Snapdragons in soil blocks. I'll show you guys some that are a few weeks old downstairs. In fact, I have some that are about 8 weeks old that are ready to go outside that I'll show you as well. So those are for my farm though, not the grow along. Okay, so the 3 seeds that I'm not starting today. I'm not starting, I had to write things down guys so I don't forget to say something. So I'm waiting on the basil. I'm gonna wait 2 more weeks for the basil, and I'm gonna start that 6 weeks out. I am going to wait until the 3rd week in April for my zinnias. Give it about 4 weeks in soil blocks before I put it out. And then I am going to wait until mid-May actually to start my sunflowers, and I might try direct sowing them. We'll see. You could also direct sow zinnias. A lot of this stuff you can direct sow, but I'm choosing to start most of them indoors. So today I have these 3. Let's get them started, and I want to show you, I actually have the Snapdragons and the Rudbeckia. I have some older ones downstairs. We'll take a look at those. I'm moving these babies over. All right, starting with the Snapdragons. Rocket Snapdragons, they're one of my favorite things to grow. Snapdragon seeds, it's one of those things where you can't look away. Because if you look away, you're gonna lose your spot, and you can't see the seed in the soil because it's the same exact color. So if you look away, you're done. So I saw Serena from You Can't Eat the Grass did a video on the easiest way to start Snapdragons. I like her method, but I think I found an easier way to start Snapdragons. I had my mother-in-law do it. It's so easy. She started all the Snapdragon seeds for the farm. I didn't have to do a thing. And she did a really nice job. I'll show you. They're very uniform. Okay, 1 block done. Move it on up. Ta-da! Okay, Snapdragons are all set. Moving on. Let's label that though. Label. I'm gonna put GA on it just so I know it's the grow along seeds because I have so many seeds downstairs. So Rocket, and today is 3/18. And while I have my labeler out, a lot of people ask me about this marker. This is called a garden marker. I got mine on Amazon. It is amazing. In fact, all the winter sowing jugs and stuff that I have outside, it doesn't fade, it does not wipe off. It is absolutely the sturdiest marker. I've done Sharpies, I've done pens. Nothing compares to this. I love it. Okay, so this is labeled Goldilicks Rudbeckia. So this last one I'm gonna label the baby's breath. They are labeled. So I have my soil blocks for the Rudbeckia. Rudbeckia seeds are a little bit bigger, thankfully, and they go a little bit faster than the snaps. Coffee break. So I have a Syracuse cup and a Syracuse. These are both like almost 20 years old. They're actually from when I was at school there. We won't talk about how long ago that was. But yeah, I refuse to give them up. It's like faded from the sun. I have holes in my sleeve, paint stains. It's my favorite hoodie. Sorry. I actually wore it to a doctor's appointment this week and I was a little embarrassed. But actually some lady in the waiting room was like, Syracuse. I'm like, yeah. Oh my God, they're actually 20 years old. They're not almost 20 years old. They're actually 20 years old. This is new for me. I've never grown this variety of baby's breath, so this will be exciting. This is like so calming and peaceful for me. I love doing it. I know some people don't want to take the time to put one seed in a soil block, but it's very soothing for me. It's almost like therapy. When my sister was over a couple weeks ago, she was helping me and she did probably 2,000 seeds, and she was like, I love this. I love it. It's so relaxing and peaceful. It's almost like crocheting. You're just repetitive action over and over and over again, and I love to crochet. So I think if you love to do things like that, you would love to do this. Okay, so I have all three of these set. What I'm going to do is, well, I guess I'll just take you downstairs for what I do. So just here's a table that I have set up. I have my pizza tables, which are what I use to keep the plastic wrap off of the seeds. And I have my sprayer, which just a mister. And I kind of like activate the seeds, like boom, activate, activate. And then for these small trays, I tend to put, and they kind of fit perfectly. You could see they're literally like they're made for soil blocks. They fit right in between them. And on these small ones, I just use 2. And then I'll cover that with plastic wrap. Same thing here. Sometimes I'll just use 1, honestly. Actually, take that back. I didn't realize this is a Chinese tray. I use this. So these kind of come with their own humidity domes, and this is just anytime my relatives have Chinese takeout, they save it for me. And that's that. That is the baby's breath 318. And then this one right here gets a few more pizza tables. I do 1 on each corner. Hello, Bloopies. You want some Snapdragons? And then I also do 1 in the middle for that. And then I cover these with plastic wrap, which I need both hands for. Actually reuse this. This is from a different tray. I just took it off and set it aside. Time to use it again. And because I did an experiment a few weeks ago about whether or not to put Snapdragons on the heat mats, I found I didn't need to because it's 65 degrees in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put it right on the shelf. So this entire shelf is all Snapdragons, and I'll bring a tray upstairs to show you guys. These ones are, so they're only about 3 weeks old. They all look fantastic. So here's a prime example about why I use the humidity domes and the pizza tables like I have over there. Because this one, somebody, we won't name any names, knocked off the plastic wrap and the pizza tables on this tray. And take a look. Do you see all those heads that have the seed still on top of them? It's because they were not wet enough for the seed cap to fall off. See the difference, like the germination difference between them? That is why I use plastic wrap, and that is why I use those little pizza tables, because it is super helpful. Look at the germination on that. There's barely any with the seed cap, except for this one tray where someone pulled off the plastic wrap. So here is a tray of Snapdragons that I direct sowed, except for those. Those are lupinis, but these are old seed that I just threw in here. This is one of my projects for the weekend. I need to pot this up into plug trays. One of my favorite things about Snapdragons is that they kind of tell you what color they're gonna be when they're just little babies like this. This is gonna be an orange Snapdragon. This is a lavender. This one is going to be a red. And these cute ones right here, they're gonna be yellow. You guessed it, red. They're gonna be red. These ones are a little dry, needed to water. Like this doesn't need water. This needs water. This is a tray of Rocket Snapdragons that I sowed on January 22nd. And let's take this upstairs and talk about it. So this is a luscious tray of Rocket Snapdragons, and they're ready to go outside. They're ready. They're going to be part of my hoop house experiment. I just have to get them out there, hopefully this weekend. Things are so crazy. I did my taxes this week, and that took a long time, and then I ended up having to go to the doctor's. Anyway, let me get one of these babies out. So what you can do with your Snapdragons is, if you choose, you can pinch them. Now, I've talked about this many times, but I will say that last year I did not pinch my Snapdragons. I let them grow as a single stem, and then when that was ready, I cut the stem, and then they started to branch out from the bottom. That way I had an earliest possible flush of Snapdragons, and then I had a later flush as well. Honestly, they were still blooming and having side shoots until frost this year. So I am probably gonna do the same thing, but just for demonstration purposes, I will pinch on the Snapdragon. Okay, so super easy. I'm gonna take this little soil block out. It's gonna get mad at me because it doesn't wanna be removed. These soil blocks are happy together. So happy together. I'm like destroying it, taking it apart. Okay. All right. Would you look at that? That is beautiful. That is a stunningly gorgeous Snapdragon. It's actually already growing little side shoots without me doing anything. But if you wanted to encourage that growth a little more, you would take this and pop the top off. And then branches are gonna grow here, 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 and here. That is a beautiful thing. That is gonna be super productive, and it's already growing little side shoots. I love you. It's as simple as that, and that will make it more productive. It will postpone blooms by a couple of weeks, but instead of, I think I did the first year when I pinched my Snapdragons, the ones that I didn't pinch, I had the one stem, and then the ones that I did pinch, I had 7 to 9 stems from. So it is beneficial, but you can also act, that first cut can also act as a pinch, really. That kind of made me really happy, so I might do a few more. All right, I'm gonna do a few more. Only because I'm seeing how they're already sprouting. I'm leaving behind 2 sets of leaves underneath. Yeah. Oh, I know, people get like, how could you do that to the plant? It likes it, it doesn't mind. My gosh, it smells so good. Okay, that's all that I'm doing. I love them so much. But if I wanted to, you could do this whole entire tray and it would be more productive for you, but I want it a little bit earlier. I want to see how early I can get Snapdragons, and that was the whole point of the hoop house experiment. So while I pinch some, I'm leaving the rest because I don't want to delay anything in the hoop house because I want to change it over. I want to have the earliest possible blooms, and then I want to change it over and get like the dahlias and the lisianthus in there. So as soon as the ranunculus and the other early crops are done, I want to switch it over. So I don't want to wait for like a second flush of Snapdragons. So boom, all right, that's it for that. And I know like you could use these and make more baby Snapdragons. Okay, so that'll do it for this grow along video. I started my Snapdragons, I started my baby's breath, and I started my Goldilicks Rudbeckia. I will check back at, oh no, my Rudbeckia. I'll show it to you. This is a tray of Goldilicks Rudbeckia that I started on March 5th. Somebody wants some attention over there. And so far it's looking great. I mean, March 5th, that was only like 12 days ago. So this is germinated and is this big in just that many days. So it's looking good. My favorite part about the Rudbeckia babies are the little spiky leaves that they have. So anyway, so this is what it looks like 2 weeks in. Okay, now that'll do it for this grow along video. I am going to be checking back in with you guys with updates on these when I start my basil and my other stuff as well. So thanks guys for sticking around, and I hope you guys are having success with yours. I know a lot of you are interacting on the Facebook grow along page and helping each other out, and I think it's great. I try to get on there and check it out as often as possible, and I have a couple people monitoring it as well. So thank you guys. It's really been fun so far, and we should be doing some chats very soon. Crap, I lost my spot. Oh, I love you so much. What? You want to get my... You can't have it.
Oh, you like the big bad bear. You cannot have my Goldilocks. Stay away from it.
I know it's at your perfect eye level. I know you want it. You can have it.
You're the loudest eater I know. You happy? Hi, Mila. Do you dance for me?